Hey guys, this is Live from Maniac. Guys, it's about time to enter into our next deck profile, namely the deck profile of our third Dragon of Legend, namely Joey Wheeler. Joey Wheeler does have the most variety and I think even the best playable deck profile of all times in this arc, because this deck is very good in the offensive as well as in the defensive. I'm speaking now particularly about his monsters as well. This is spell and trap cards. Of course, it does have the main focus on this gentleman claw with the Claw of Hermes in it, but still there are many cards like Fiber Jar or Necromane King, which are very much practical in order to defend yourself as well. Not only just go for the attack with, I don't know, Rocket Warrior, Panther Warrior, Gearfried the Iron Knight, which by the way also is getting a upgrade in here. Yeah, but I don't want to spoil it that much. Just like this, dive into it, and then we're gonna see what's in here. By the way, cool sleeves. Oh, I will like that. Just a second. Don't fall off. Put it right there somewhere. Or maybe like that, on the edge. Yeah, like I said, Joey Wheeler does have very many cool combinations in here, cool defensive lineups, and I'm starting with it because in the very first duel that he as engaging himself against his former friend, or one of his former best friends, namely Mine Valentine, he just defends himself with cards like this: Necromane King, an Earth attribute 1-star, a beast type monster with 0 attack and 0 defense, but it does have an effect. Very cool card artwork, by the way. It's symbolizes the goddess Bubastis of the old Egypt, the cat god, with slash, not real, but you know what I mean. It does have an effect. During the phase of your opponent, if this card that belongs to you is destroyed during card effect of your opponent, and is brought to the graveyard or sent to the graveyard, the end phase begins right away. So what he did was he had this very engine against the improved version of the Harpies deck of Mai, which included cards like Harpies Phoenix Formation and Harpies I think Dove Formation is called the other one. Something like that. They had the possibilities and option to destroy opponent's monster with the card, and then of course attack directly then with the Harpies monsters. So Necromane King was a very good defensive posture instead with this effect, as he prevents them entering your life points or attacking your life points. Of course, classical, the Time Wizard, the good old Time Wizard. Light attribute 2 stars, spellcaster effect, 500 attack, 400 defense, and of course, you can toss a turn if you call it right. All monsters of your on his opponent's side of the field are being destroyed. And if you call it wrong, destroy all monsters on your side of the field, and you get damage as equal as the half of the all summed up attack stats of all destroyed monsters. So this was a once per turn effect. So the downside also is feel great, but he speculates a lot with this card, you know. I do not have to tell you. Fiber Jar, a card which I had back in the day in my deck because it's very convenient. It's a good trump card to have. It doesn't restore your life points, but still, if you're on the edge of your seat, you might say, or with the back on the wall, you can put this face down, your opponent attacks it, and all the cards which are in the graveyard and the hand on the field are brought into the decks. The decks are shuffled, and then both of you and your opponent are drawing 5 cards and starting all over, you might say, with the life points not changing, and all the banished cards are also remaining in their places. Fiber Jaw is a very cool iconic card with Earth attribute 3 stars, a plant type with 500 attack, 500 defense, yeah, and the effect are already mentioned. Ultra Rare from Legacy of Darkness, very cool one. I pulled it back in the day also. Swordsman of Landstar, of course, with his mechanics around his graceful dice and skull dice. Earth attribute 3 stars, warrior type with 500 attack, 1200 defense. But introducing the first Landstar variation in this very arc, which is Comrade Landstar. Also an Earth attribute, also 3 stars. Also a warrior type with 500 attack and 1200 defense. Its effect works like that. In the TCG it's a tuner, but we might ignore that fact. All monsters from warrior type that you control get 400 attack points. So also a very good boost engine, which sticks very good to Joey Wheeler. Marauding Captain, also introduction to that very arc, and was played out before from another of the antagonists. I won't spoil who, but it's very handy, and I had it also back in the day in my deck from Legacy of Darkness. This one is from the Hobby League, I think. Pack Earth attribute 3 stars, warrior type 1200 attack and 400 defense, and its effect works like that. While this monster remains face up on the field, your opponent cannot select another warrior type monster on your side of the field as an attack target. When this monster is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your hand. So it doesn't have to be a warrior type necessarily. Alligator Sword also being brought onto the battle against My Valentine. Earth attribute 4 stars, a beast normal type 1500 attack and 1200 defense. Also working with the Marauding Captain. Rocket Warrior. A light attribute 4 stars, warrior type 1500 attack, 1300 defense. And the effect works like that. It's just applying during the battle damage of either player's or other players' turn. Battle damage that this card or the controller of this card gets from involving battles involving this card is becoming 0. And after damage calculation, you can reduce the attack of the monster that has been attacked by this card by 500 points until the end of the turn. Secret rare, very cool. Love it. Gifford Iron Knight, Earth attribute 4 stars, warrior type 1800 attack, 1600 defense. The effect is equipped spell cards are not applying with it. You know, in the Battle City arc, Parasite couldn't equip with this card because it's not working with Gifford the Iron Knight. Very cool. Then we have another introduction. Like I said, very many introductions in it. The Blue Flame Swordsman, a fire attribute 4 stars, warrior type 1800 attack and 1600 defense, and the effects works like that. Once per turn during the battle phase of either player's turn, you can choose another monster from type warrior that you control. This card loses 600 attack, and if it does, this monster gets 600 attack. If this card that you control is either during battle or due to a card effect is being destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can banish one card from your graveyard and then choose one fire type monster, fire monster attribute monster with type warrior, and bring it back onto the field by a special summon. Or by a special summoning. Of course, the references to the Flame Swordsman, which I also have in here because I thought it would be appropriate, because it's not a fusion anymore. So I thought we exchange it for that variant. We take this effect. Fighting Flame Swordsman instead. A higher attribute, 4 stars, warrior type, 1800 attack, 1600 defense, and 4 stars especially, which is more handy. And the effect works like that. If this card is normal or special mode, you can add one spell trap that mentions Flame Swordsman from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to your graveyard, you can send one Flame Swordsman or one monster that mentions it from your deck or the extra deck to the graveyard. Fighting Flame Swordsman, except this one. You can only use each effect of Fighting Flame Swordsman once per turn. Of course, we do not have the support Flame Swordsman cards in here. I think. No. But still, it's very handy, I think. Panther Warrior, we were talking about it in the other video, is here. Earth attribute 4 stars. Beast Warrior type with 2000 iconic attack and 1600 defense. This card cannot attack without condition, because the condition is you have to offer one monster as a tribute. Now we do have 2 ritual monsters in here. First is Paladin of the Dark Dragon of the red dragon or Dark Dragon. Sorry, yeah. Which is an dark attribute. Does have 4 stars. And it's a dragon ritual type monster, 1900 attack, 1200 defense. And to work like that, it can only be ritual summoned with the ritual spell Ritual of the Dark Dragon or the Black Dragon. At the beginning of the damage step, if this card attacks or battles a monster from your opponent in defense mode, destroy the monster. You can offer this monster as a tribute. Then summon one Red Eyes monster as a special one from your hand or deck, except for Red Eyes Black, the little one. How is it called? The egg Red Eyes Black Chick, the Black Chick. This one is accepted, but the others, yeah, it's a once per turn effect as well. Secret rare, very cool. Then we have a Lord of Red in here. A fire attribute and 8 stars. I'm not mistaken. 2400 attack, 2100 defense, and Dragon Ritual. This card can only be ritual summoned with Transmigration of Red Eyes. Once per turn, during the turn of one either player, if one card and effect has been activated, you can choose one monster on the field and destroy it. Once per turn, during the turn of either player's game, if a card in our card effect has been activated, except for this effect, you can choose one spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. Very iconic, very cool, good effects that could be used very well. Fiend Mega Cyber, originally a card of Esperoba, but Joey Wheeler tends to look, as well as Yugi does, into other dual list decks, and then reminds himself of the duels that he had, and then integrate some monsters in there, because this one, like I said, was one of Esperoba's cards. Dark attribute 6 stars, 2200 attack, 1200 defense. A warrior effect. If your opponent does have 2 or more monsters, then you are on the field. You can special summon this card from your hand. There we go. Iconic Jinzo. What I even have to say? First edition, even. Of course, 6 stars. Dark attribute, machine type with 2400 attack, 1500 defense. As long as this card remains face up on the field, or trap cards cannot be activated. The effects of all face-up trap cards are also negated. Very iconic. Love this card. One of my favorites. Of course, very iconic Red Eyes Black Dragon. 7 stars. Dark attribute, dragon type normal. 2000 iconic, 400 iconic attack, and 2000 iconic defense. Cybertech Alligator. Guys, also more machine type monsters in here. 5 stars. Wind attribute, 2500 attack and 1600 defense. The only time we see this one, I think, also Esperova might have this, but comment down below, I don't know for sure. Then the evolution of Gearfried the Iron Knight, which is Gearfried the Sword Master. This should be him in his real shape and ultimate rare. Very cool, guys, from Flaming Eternity. With a little bent in there, but still cool. 7 stars, a light attribute. 2600 attack and 2200 defense. Warrior type, of course, and the effects works like that. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This cannot be special summoned except due to the effect of release. And this is called release restraint. If this card is equipped to an equipped spell card, you can destroy 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field. So also working with equipped spell cards. Last but not least, Guilford the Iron, the Lightning, sorry, not the Iron Knight. Light attribute, and of course 8 stars, 2800 attack, 1400 defense. It's a warrior type. If you tribute summon this card by using 3 monsters as a tribute, you can destroy all monsters of your opponent. You use that very, very iconic against EM America in the Battle City finals, of course, half final, semi-finals. And last but not least, we do have the Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon, a dark attribute, 8 stars. Machine type as well, 2800 attack, 2400 defense. I think in the Duelist Kingdom we saw this as well, but yeah, that's the second time. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your deck by attributing the Red Eyes Black Dragon as a tribute, along with Metal Morph, of course. So guys, you might take a picture or make a video or whatever. Just keep that in mind. Those are all of his monsters right there. I don't know if I'm missing some. I think he might have Battle Warrior in here, but I'm not sure. 6, 7, 8, 9. But still, I mean, it's more than enough. If you want, you can put it in. If you don't want, you do not want it. You do not have to do it. We do not see Little Wingard, I think, in the Orichalcus arc. But other than that, we see all of them that lie in here. So this is about this monster line up, and let's get into the spells then. I'm not making any cuts for that, so just get used to it. That's how my videos work. And it's not just because I'm lazy, because it's not working with my current movie editor that I got. So first up we see with Return of the Warrior, which of course has the ability to choose one monster, warrior type monster in your graveyard, and take the very target back to your hand. Pot of Greed, we don't have to ask what does this card do. Draw, of course, 2 cards. Release Restraint, I was talking about that. The very ritual, we have Gearfried on here on the artwork, the Iron Knight, and also Gearfried the Sword Master. Tribute 1 Gearfried the Iron Knight on your side of the field, special 1 Gearfried the Sword Master from your hand or deck. Then the ritual summon card, Transmigration of the Red Eyes. This card has been used, in order to bring Lord of the Red. You have, of course, to offer tribute from your hand and side of the field. Banish Red Eyes monster from your graveyard, except for Red Eyes Chick, that are equal to 8 stars or more. Monster Reborn, also use that, and here of course special summon one monster from your either graveyard in face-up attack or defense position. Dark Dragon Ritual. This card I use to rituals on Paladin of Dark Dragon, and also all those stuff that I mentioned before. 2 rituals. So I made some additions. We have some cards in here which I think Star Blaster and the other one cards working with dice or die. With roll a 6-sided die or giving draw power. I thought it would be very much appropriate that we have hand destruction in here. Of course, the Sasuke Samurai is also on the front, and Sasuke Samurai is also a card which Joey Wheeler will have, and I think in the championship arc. So it's a quick play card. You have to banish discard 2 cards from your hand, and then you can draw 2 cards. It will help giving us a little bit drawing power and equals a little bit, not equals, but yeah, it's comparable to Star Blaster or the other one. I don't know how it was called. Then I gave him Ruled Spider. I think we do not see it in here. Since Battle City, we didn't see it anymore. I think it's a quick spell card. And of course, the effect is if a monster of your opponent declares an attack, you roll a 6-sided dice, and equal to the result, you use one of the effects. If you have 1, then you half your life points. If you have 2, you make the attack to a direct attack. 3, you choose one monster that you control and change the attack target, and then you going straight to the damage calculation. 4, you can choose another monster that your opponent controls and change the target of the attack to that very monster. 5, you can negate the attack, and if you do, you can put damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster. And 6 is destroy the monster of your opponent. So Ruled Spider, also very iconic, another of those cards. Scapegoat, of course, special summon 4 of tokens, and a defense position, quick spell card, which is a good defense measure. Claw of Hermes, the most iconic and also most important card of his deck. Card is used as a legendary Dragon Hermes. Take one monster that has a type that is revealed on one of the fusion monsters, that can be special summoned along with Claw of Hermes from your hand or side of the field. Bring it to the graveyard. If the card is set, then you show it. Then you fusion summon as a special summon from your extra deck, and that's a once per turn effect. From Dragons of Legend. Graceful Dice, of course, you roll 6-sided dice, also a quick spell card, and then equal to the result, you give the attack per 100 to one of your monsters. Increase the attack of one of your monsters. Then I gave him a lot, still upstart goblin, which he did not have. Of course, your opponent gets 1000 attack, life points, and then you draw 1 card for it. A little boost right there. So this is about the spell cards. We had some spell cards which were missing, which were anime exclusive. So I exchanged with this one, with Ruled Spider, which wasn't in here, and of course with Hand Destruction. This is for my spell lineup, guys. Let's get into the traps. So the trap cards, there were many. I think it were all in total like 8 or 9. Some are anime exclusive and others are not. One of which is not is double magical arm shield. We of course had the magical arm shield, the original one, and then we had the first introduction of this one in this arc. Offer 2 monsters as a tribute, and then choose 2 face-up monsters that your opponent controls. Then you take the control until the end phase about all 2 targets that you choose. Red Eye Spirit. We had a card which was similar. I don't know how it was called, but you can choose 1 Red Eyes monster in your graveyard and special summon. So the other one is enemy exclusive with this one. Grave Robber, of course. Choose 1 spell card from your graveyard of your opponent until the end phase of this turn. you can choose this spell card as a would be yours, and then you get 2000 damage. I had this card in my deck back in the days. It was helping me from very dire situations. Kunai with Chain, of course, activate one of the both effects, or both of them, at one time. If one monster of your opponent declares an attack, you choose the attacking monster, then you change the target of, you change the attacking monster into defense position, or you you choose one face-up monster that you control, then you equip it to this card, and the monster that you equip to this card gets his attack boosted by 500 attack points. I also have Magical Arm Shield in here. I don't know if he had this. One might be one of the exchanges. When your opponent declares an attack while you control a monster target with one face-up monster your opponent controls, except the attacking monster, take control of that target until the end phase of the battle phase, and if you do, it is intact instead. Of course, Metal Morph we had, so we have it in here as well. Choose one face-up monster on the field. Equip that target with this card. It gets 300 attack and defense. If it attacks, it gets attack equal to the half of the attack of the attack target. Very cool. And also we use it, of course, in order to get our Metal Dragon out. Another draw engine which I had in here because we had another one which was very iconic, but we do not have it in it because it's anime exclusive, so we exchanged with 6th Sense, first edition, Legendary Collection Joey's World. Declare 2 numbers from 1 to 6, and your opponent rolls a 6-sided die, and if the result is one of the numbers you declare, you draw that many cards. Otherwise, send a number of cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard equal to the result. I think this one is banished. Still have it in here. Skull Dice, of course, the same engine with Graceful Dice, just with decreasing and the one of the face-up monsters of your opponent by 100 equal to the result of the 6-sided die. Red Eyes Burn, another exchange from one of the anime exclusives. If a face-up Red Eyes monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, target one of those monsters. Both players take damage equal to its original attack. You can only activate one Red Eyes Burn per turn. Well, so if many are destroyed, you can choose just one. If one is destroyed, you have to choose one with the attack. Yeah. Drop Off, which didn't work in this very arc against my Valentine because she blocked it. I don't know with what. I think it was Trap Jammer. This card only be activated during your opponent's draw phase. Opponent must discard the card she draws to graveyard from their hand immediately. So guys, this was my trap lineup. Hope you guys like this one well. And does have a very good variety. Some cards for Red Eyes, some cards in order to increase your draw power, then some cards for preventing attacks. I liked it very much. Then we have you have to imagine 5 fusions in here. We do not have our Thousand Dragon or the other one, how was it called? The mixture between Alligator Sword and the Baby Dragon. Do not have this one in here as well. But we do have Bow of the Goddess. Light type, 4 stars. Where a fusion type, 1500 attack, 1600 defense. Must be summoned along with Claw of Hermes as a special summon. You have to use one warrior type monster, which you have many in here, of course, and cannot be special summoned any other way. Sorry. If this card has been special summoned, choose another face-up monster on the field, equip it to the card as long as the monster is equipped due to that effect. You can negate the first effect that has been chosen from your opponent during the battle phase. Additionally, that equipped monster can make a second attack. So this one, of course, or the other one. So I can attack 2 times, but the first effect it uses is being blocked. Alright, so we have also a downside. Then Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword. Dog attribute 7 stars, 2400 attack, 2000 defense, like Red Eyes Black Dragon, of course. Dragon fusion effect must be special summoned with Claw of Hammers. Using a dragon type monster cannot be special summoned by other ways. This is called a special summon target one other face up monster on the field. With this equip this card to it, gains 1000 attack and 500 defense. And for each dragon type monster on the field in the graveyards. Oh, very good working with Red Eyes in all variations together. Hammer's Rocket Cannon. Light type, 4 stars, a warrior type fusion, 1500 attack, 1300 defense. Must be special summoned with Claw of Hermes, along with a warrior type monster and cannot be special summoned any other way. If this card has been special summoned, choose one other face up monster on the field, equip it to the card, it can during each battle phase attack a second time. Additionally, if a monster is in defense position, then you inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So the fourth is a magical time hammer. It was very funny because it was used again in the duel against my Valentine. Unleashing its effect with putting numbers on the monsters currently on the opponent's side of the field and then vanishing in a hole. It was very funny. I think it was Alistair or Valen that made fun of it, saying, "Oh, Joey Wheeler, can you teach me math?" or something like that. It was very funny. Light attribute, 2 stars, spellcaster type, 500 attack, 400 defense. Must be special summoned with Claw of Hermes. You have to use a spellcaster type monster. Of course, it was, I think, combined with Time Wizard. If this card is special summoned, choose one other face-up monster on the field. Equip it to that card on the begin of the damage step. If it fights or battles against a monster of an opponent, you can roll a 6-sided die and the monster of your opponent until the standby phase of the turn after the activation from this effect is banished. So, like, I don't know, if you roll a 6-sided dice and it's a 1, then it's just banished for 1 turn, 2 turns, and so on. That's what it also did in the anime. And of course, last but not least, a very iconic Flame Swordsman. Fire attribute, 5 stars, 1800, 1600 defense. In this sense, you have to have Flame Manipulator and Masaki Legendary Swordsman. I do not have it in here, but yeah, you could put it in there. I have the Fighting Flame Swordsman in here, or a type fire attribute. Very iconic and also essential and the key to this deck in this very era. So this is it, guys. This is my I don't know how many, 45 or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, and 22. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 43 cards deck profile for Joey Wheeler and the Orichalcos arc. I hope you guys liked it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Show me some love, guys. Stay tuned for more content of this very style. And as always, I wish all of you a good evening, a good day, a good afternoon, a good midday, good morning, good night. This is me, your Slifer Maniac, and a big peace.